Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. No longer in a hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do, but not in a hurry.
Pipat Wiwat Kap. Good afternoon, everyone. Pipat speaking from Thailand. Today, I would like to share about parenting. I read a book about constructive parenting that is very interesting. So I would like to share some clause and very important paragraph so the parents who are watching this video clip will get many benefits. Usually, when we talk about parenting, we always think about the way of looking after the children. And mostly, parents didn't read any book or principle in writing, but always behave like a grandma and ancestor taught them. And this book mentioned principle about the positive parenting. So I will read some paragraph about how to improve children's behavior through constructive parenting. Children who whine, throw tantrums, refuse to go to bed, are bad sports or are fussy eaters, or have one problem in common. Their behavior brings them into conflict with others, usually their parents, but in some cases with teachers and peers. Their parents often hope that the behavior causing the trouble will just go away. Various people may have advised them that the problem is just a phase. This means just for some certain period of time, and that the child will eventually grow out of it. In many cases, however, the opposite is true. The problem become worse. Improvements begin when parents take action. This action involves the parents learning positive ways of reacting to the child's behavior. It requires them to change their usual way of handling the behavior. For many parents, the solution is straightforward. It simply requires a decision to try a different way of dealing with the behavior. For a few parents, other important changes are also needed. For example, parents who are preoccupied with their own interests, careers, or other pursuits, many neglect their children's needs for love, attention, affection, and adequate supervision. These parents may need to change their priorities to allow more time for their child. For other parents, all that is required is minor adjustment to the strategies or tactics they already use. Sometimes small changes can lead to big differences in a child behavior. And now we come to the values and constructive parenting. How parents raise a child is strongly influenced by their values and beliefs. What we see as being acceptable behavior is influenced by the values we consider important. For example, parents who view total obedience as important to family life will interpret child's challenge to adult authority. Such a child becoming augmentative as a threat, and this may lead to confrontation. Another parent may see the same augmentative behavior as the child learning to express an opinion, to stand up for themselves, and to be assertive. The same behavior can therefore be viewed either as a problem or as quite healthy, depending on our values. And now we come to the skills children need to learn. This is most important for any parents. Constructive parenting emphasizes the importance of helping children become responsible, self-reliant, and self-disciplined. It also focuses on helping child learn to become independent decision makers, and problem solvers. At the same time, however, children need to become socially skilled human beings who get along with others. This involves children learning how to compromise and to respect the rights and opinions of others, including their parents. And self-discipline is one out of the good characteristic of the good human being, as Teacher Tim always mentioned. Self-discipline stems partly from having clear guidelines and ground rules. Our parents ultimately have to decide what values are important to promote in their children. There are 4 sets of skills that are particularly important to children's development and will enable children to succeed at skill and beyond. Okay, come to first principle is the language, communication, and social skills. It is through language that children learn to communicate their needs. The ability to speak and communicate well is also necessary for children to develop social and interpersonal skills. Children with well-developed social skills get along well with other children and adults in their lives. Some important social skills include sharing, taking turns, politely making requests, and expressing ideas, opinions, and feelings appropriately. Many parents want their children to have good manners, be respectful towards elders, and to be helpful around the home. The second one is managing emotions. In the process of growing up, children gradually develop the ability to recognize, accept, express, and manage their emotions. Children experience many different emotions, including positive feelings of excitement, joy, love, acceptance, and happiness, and negative feelings of frustration, disappointment, anxiety, anger, loss, and sadness. The challenge for parents is to help children deal with these feelings, how to cope with these feelings, and express them in appropriate ways. For example, it is normal and healthy for children to feel angry and disappointed about not getting their own way about something, but it's not okay for children to express their disappointment by lashing out and hurting others. The third principle, independence skills. Children will learn to do things for themselves at an early age, have an advantage over children who do not. There are many self-care skills children learn, such as getting dressed, using the toilet, brushing teeth and hair, using eating utensils, and tidying away toys and doing homework. Parents who encourage children to do things for themselves from an early age help children learn to be responsible and show them that can control their world and what happened to them through their own actions and initiative. And the last one, that is also most important, because when you grow up, you might face many problems every single day of different types. The more you grow up, the more complicated problem you face. Okay, let's see what is talking about problem-solving skills. Children who become good problem solvers develop a basic belief in themselves. When confronted with an obstacle, such as not being able to put together a toy or make it work, they will try to solve the problem for themselves. At the first stage, when they face any problems, they try to solve it by themselves before seeking their parents' help. Good problem solvers are optimistic and view difficulties as challenges rather than obstacles. Children living in home where they see their parents solving problems, such as discussing a difficulty openly and generating solutions or reaching a compromise. That's mean balancing. When they grow up believing that problems to do and the problem they face always have solutions. That is mindset embedded in the children's brain when they were very young. It is very important. as I told you, the parents can be their role model. And the students at home, they keep noticing adults every time. And what is the consequences? By this experience at their home, they also come to realize that many solutions require their own personal effort. Children will grow up with good communication and social skills, and who are emotionally expressive. Emotionally expressive are more likely to become resourceful and independent problem solvers who succeed in school and beyond. Yeah, please repeat listening what I narrate from a book I translated for Children Protection, Children Right Protection Foundation. It is many more interesting and very useful, and it will give you a lot of benefit as a parent. Parenting, even you are 60, you always keep advice to your children. It's a lifetime process. And the next, I will share you more about this thing is, and what is constructive parenting. Yeah, I will share this in many platforms, and surely to wellness through Wellness Club, because their parenting can help human who is opposed to their invaluable resources to grow up and stay in a very happy environment with other people. That is one of the true wellness. So next time, with patience, I will mention more about what is the definition of the constructive parenting, and there are many more connected to this topic. Thank you very much. พิพัฒน์ วงศ์วิวัฒน์ speaking from Thailand. สวัสดีครับ
Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. No longer in a hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do, but not here.